The purse seine fishing method, locally known as chanchoya, is of great importance in Egypt, where it is used to catch midwater fish species. Approximately 238 purse seine nets have been registered, with a length ranging from 15 to 25 meters. The vessels are powered by engines ranging from 50 to 500 horsepower, of which approximately 68% have engines ranging from 100 to 200 horsepower, GAFRD, 2018. The purse seine fleet in the Egyptian Mediterranean has been divided into small reinforced purse seine groups that operate during the day in shallow waters without artificial lighting, and reinforced fleets that operate at night with the support of small vessels created from the cores to collect the files before arranging the net. In general, night fishing activities will stop for about 10 days each month during the full moon. The length of the net reinforcement ranges from 200 to 400 meters with depths varying from 40 to 60 meters. The net is pulled manually and the number of boats ranges from 25 to 30 people per boat. The quality catches of the purse seine fishery mainly include sardines, Sardina pilchardus and Sardinella aurita, anchovies, Ingrallus encrasiculus, carangids, Traturus and T. mediterraneus, sardines and small reef fish, Falters, 1983, Sanders al. 1984a, Mahana al. 2008, Mahana and Hagig, 2010. The advent of electronic fish finders has significantly increased the efficiency of fishing. Its development coincided with another technical breakthrough, the invention of the Puretic electric block for purse seine fishing. Both innovations have contributed to a significant increase in fishing efficiency, especially for pelagic stocks, and to an increase in fishing mortality among these stocks. Within just 20 years, all major pelagic stocks in Western European waters have been wiped out, have been severely depleted, in some cases to the point of being commercially extinct. The Norwegian spring-spawning herring, North Sea herring, Celtic sea herring, and Scottish West Coast herring fisheries had to be closed completely for several years in the late 1970s and early 1980s to allow stocks to recover. This rapid decline in commercial fishing forums has focused recent fisheries research on human-caused activities, ignoring the possible natural variations in stocks and their underlying atomic environment. Most fisheries scientists who began studying pelagic stocks in the 1970s and 1980s had high expectations for population and ecosystem models. They argue that changes in fish stocks will ultimately be understood using mathematical models that describe the relationships between fish species and their quantities and the interactions between different quantities. The expansion of computing power has greatly increased the ability to model chemistry and has further promoted this development. In this conceptual world of static, mathematically based ecosystems, many fisheries scientists assume that there is no room for natural, unpredictable variations. This is not conducive to continuing studies of natural variations in plankton and fish stocks. Lost fishing gear can affect marine animals in two main ways: Shomura and Yoshida, 1984, Laced, 1997, entrapment, whereby the rings and holes of debris entrap or trap animals and their habitats, and entrapment, whereby the debris must be either intentional or unintentional, figure 5.1. One of the most visible effects of plastic pollution on marine life involves marine debris entanglement, often in abandoned or lost fishing gear. Abandoned, lost, or abandoned gear, ALDFG, also known as ghost gear, is known to cause major problems in terms of impacts on benthic invertebrate populations and many marine vertebrates. Laced, 1997, McFadyen et al., 2009, Gilman et al., 2016, Stelfox et al., 2016, including sharks and other predatory fish. Abandonment is defined as the ability of ALDFG to continue fishing after losing control of that gear. Smolowitz, 1978. Since they are made by evaluating synthetic materials such as nylon, polyethylene, P, and polypropylene, PP, they take a long time to decompose and tend to accumulate in the marine environment over long periods of time. Barnes et al., 2009, floating plastic fishing nets can drift for long periods before sinking to the seabed. On the seabed, they can prey on many benthic vertebrates, figure 5.2. The most commonly reported types of fishing systems are mainly made of nets or pieces of nets, ropes, and fishing lines. According to McFadyen et al., 2009, approximately 640,000 tons of fishing nets are lost in the marine environment each year. A large proportion of lost nets drift downstream and continue to catch animals for years or sink to the seabed and pollute as non-biodegradable plastics. Valderrama Ballesteros et al., 2018. ALDFG can be classified into stationary and transient types. Much of the available data relates to ghost catch rates for stationary ALDFG, while little is known about the temporal duration of ALDFG, which are difficult to track or find. Stelfox et al., 2016. ALDFG that remain on the seabed for long periods of time are likely to be the type of bottom material that attempts to colonize. According to some authors, the efficiency of ghost net capture decreases over time as the underlying invertebrate net develops over time, becoming more visible to the animal. Revel and Dunlan, 2003. Lost fish graph may continue to trap, until it is strongly absorbed, Changing the mass, mesh size and visual visibility, Ertzini et al., 1997, Humborstad et al., 2003, Sancho et al., 2003. Visibility is an important factor in ghost fishing. In fact, monofilaments have a higher catch rate than multifilament fibers due to their higher visibility, which is the main reason for this difference. Entanglement is sometimes the case when marine vertebrates become entangled in anthropogenic debris such as plastic webs, objects and debris. Entanglement affects a wide range of vertebrate species including marine species including seabirds, turtles, octopuses and whales, but the full vulnerability of sharks and flying fish to this invasive threat is unknown. In fact, shark and flying fish entanglements are underreported in the scientific literature, Parton et al., 2019, and available data are scarce, Stelfox et al., 2016. So the extent to which sharks are at risk from this type of plastic pollution is unknown, Parton et al., 2019. The negative impacts of entanglement are primarily mechanical, causing injury or interfering with the normal functioning of the entangled animal. They can lead to exhaustion and eventual drowning, impaired mobility, feeding problems, and reproductive problems, Brown et al., 2005. In a recent review, Parton et al., 2019, presented published data from 26 scientific papers on 47 entanglement events, N equals 557 landfish, with 34 species affected in all three major ocean basins. Sharks and flying fish are commonly entangled in abandoned fishing gear. However, there is increasing evidence of entanglement in other man-made materials such as welding wire, balloons, plastic bags, floor coverings, and six-pack drink holders, Matsuoka et al., 2005, Vautier et al., 2011. One of the earliest records of marine debris entrapment involved a shortfin mako shark, Asurus oxyrhynchus raffinesque, 1810, found dead with a rubber tire around its neck in Cuba in 1931, Gudger and Hoffman, 1931. Bird, 1978, reported 3 species of pack-belt sharks and a salmon shark, Lamna ditropus hubs and follet, 1947, found in gillnet debris in the North Pacific, Jones and Ferrero, 1985. An adult short compressed mako shark, I. oxyrhynchus, was caught using a 3-strand rope naturally twisted around the base. Wegner and Cartamol, 2012. The rope caused severe abrasions to the skin and dorsal spine. In addition, the shark showed signs of malnutrition. By assessing the dynamics of barnacles residing on the rope, Wegner and Cartamol, 2012, estimated that in approximately 150 days the rope had been around the shark. After the rope was removed, tagged sharks were turned up and released. Monitoring of the sharks recovered well and demonstrated specific health patterns. Barreto et al. 2019 had the opportunity to visit a blue shark, Prionace glauca linnaeus, 1758, that had been hit with a gunbelt in southern Brazil. Regarding published data on sharks, Colmenero et al. 2017 reported blue sharks that had not been hit with a plastic strap around their gill slits in the Atlantic Ocean, N=5, and another in the Mediterranean Sea. In a review, the same authors reported 16 shark species with plastic straps impeding them. See Colmenero et al. 2017. 5 Atlantic blue shark specimens were sharks that were not caught in longline fishing gear and were kept on board until death as part of the catch. All were found with white polyolefin packing straps around them. Colmenero et al. 2017. Requiem sharks, family Carcharinidae, appear to be the shark group most affected by trawling. 3 Brazilian ringed wrasse, Rhizophrionodon lalandi Muller and Henley, 1839, caught in gill nets in southeastern Brazil, southwest Atlantic, were found to have plastic debris around or in the lesion area and were found to have enhanced feeding potential. Nets can kill snakes, cause dangerous markings, increase drag during swimming and feeding, prevent diving and feeding, and increase exposure to predators. Ceccarelli, 2009, McFadden et al. 2009, Gillardi et al. 2010. Shark fishermen in Western Australia have observed large numbers of sharks injured and killed by plastic-lined gill nets used to pack shock boxes. Simpendorfer, 1997. In one of the few studies involving fish aggregating devices, FADS, Filmulter et al. 2013, estimated that fishing into FAD transmission systems could cause mortality rates 5 to 10 times higher than active finfish fishing in the Western Indian Ocean. Traditional materials such as cotton and other natural fibers have been replaced by environmentally sustainable polymers that do not biodegrade and persist in the ocean for long periods of time. Kim et al. 2020. Plastic nets are very durable and can persist in the ocean for up to 600 years. The material is extremely durable and resistant to animals that are struck by lightning and cannot escape. Animals that are struck may no longer be able to forage and avoid predators or become exhausted to the point of starvation or drowning. Laced, 1997. Even if the animal survives, the injuries and reduced ability to feed will severely affect the animal struck. Arnold and Croxall, 1995, Laced, 1997, Moore et al., 2007, Allen et al., 2012. Dusting in the net can reduce the shark's ability to open its mouth, affecting feeding and gill ventilation. Sazima et al. Al. 2002. According to Bird, 1978, 3 species of carcharinid sharks caught in nets may have reduced respiratory capacity and impaired defensive function. Bird, 1978. All 3 shark species have translucent and dark livers. Sharks with severe injuries that reduce their ability to feed have been reported to have small livers. In general, large livers in sharks are a sign of good health. Springer, 1960. Some sharks are attracted to fish that have been caught in nets and then enter the nets themselves. a spinal deformity caused by prolonged trapping in the short-fin mako shark, i.e. Oxyrhynchus affects its natural development. In addition, biofouling on the line can reduce their flight efficiency, maximum speed, and maneuverability. Wegner and Cartamol, 2012. Plastic ingestion has been documented in seabirds, mammals, sea turtles, and fish since the 1970s. Laced, 1997. Kuhn et al., 2015. Ryan, 2015. Provencher et al., 2017. Consequently, an increasing number of scientific articles have focused on plastics ingested by large marine animals, with a peak in the 1980s and 2000s. Provencher et al., 2017. Most of this work has concerned seabirds because long-term monitoring has been conducted on these species, making bird communities relatively easy and accessible as they breed on land in many fora. Piet et al., 2007. There is little contrasting data on carp. Anastasopoulou et al., 2013. Alomar and Dedero, 2017. Germanov et al., 2019. Valenti et al., 2019. Pagado et al., 2021, and to date, they have been understudied for their exposure to